Good morning, this is Dan with Danos Trains. Finally, after 2 weeks of waiting for supplies to come in, I'm got something going. Okay, so first thing you'll notice, I do have foam laid out on the table here. That's what I was waiting to pick up, just to level it off around the edges of here. As you can see, that table's a little low right here, but we'll fix that up. So here's the deal. I popped the holes through the foam from underneath the table. I made, 2 weeks ago while I was down here trying to get something done. All these guys here are going to be attached to this bar here. Obviously the red to the red and the black, and then put a black live here, and then put a red live here, and a switch on and off so I can keep this section of the track powered or unpowered when I want to. Okay, so that's crazy. As we go down here, here's the turntable. I just popped the holes in for the power for the turntable, and I don't know why I didn't pull those wires through. Which ones are these? Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. I'm holding the iPad today, guys. I'm holding the iPad. This table will be adjusted, and then I gotta cut out the foam around the table, pop the foam out, and that piece of 1/4-inch plywood down there, I'm gonna trace 2 copies of the shape of the turntable, and then plop that wood down into the hole to give this something to bolt to. I seen this guy do it on the video on YouTube. It's about 9-10 years ago. So people have been doing this for many years. So then once the turntable is fastened down and not moving, and the roundhouse is dropped into position and not moving, just in case you're curious, I'll be siliconing the house down to the foam with some clear silicone I have put away right behind me here. And that's going to leave me free after this is installed and not moving, and after that building is down and not moving and wired. That will allow me to take this crazy track setup here and separate them all to their proper destinations across between here, between that little X there and the other little X here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They work out. They all work out, they're all separate, and yes, all the trains do fit into the roundhouse without hitting each other. So I got away with that. Now, as you know, I went out and bought the turntable to go with the roundhouse, and that's a Atrans. That's a Knackless roundhouse, and that's a Weathers. The Weathers roundhouse and Atlas turntable, they don't mix. The radiuses are not the same. So I went to price out a turntable for this guy. It turned out to be 4 times as much as this guy. So guess what I'm doing? I'm setting this up here so I can run FlexTrack from here to there, and it works. So I ain't buying no more round tables just to make it all work. Ugh. Okay, so down in the corner here, finally, I'll be building this around in the corner to give me more meat on the corners here. This bridge will be able to go in stable. Track's now flush. That feels good when things come together. Track's gonna come around here. This track here will go to the roundhouse. Well, why do I keep on calling this a roundhouse for? Turntable. This track here is gonna come down, run along the edge here, all the way back, as I said before, Gonna go around the roundhouse, go all the way back here, come back around the wall down here, and there will be some turnoffs in here because that's my rail yard. Or as the British like to call it, a fiddle yard. I kind of like it. Okay, so after almost 3 weeks of doing nothing down here, it just, you know, you got the materials, you can do it. Oh yeah, here's another bit of information, sorry. I have some glue here. I like working with this glue. Carpenter's glue, I believe they call it. Yeah, you see that? I ordered in, I'll get this, long story made short. I went to my local guy and, you know, I told him I need this much cork so I can cork all this track to the table. See, all this needs cork. This addition behind me, this needs cork from here to there, from there to here. As well, you know where the cork now goes under here. Need cork under here to level this off. I need a bit of cork from here to level that off. And then I'm gonna pick up more track. I wish it was easy enough to buy track as it was to buy cork. So I go on the Amazon just to see if they have any. And they got Midwest cork, which I believe is what I'm using here already from the hobby shop. So you can get 25 sets. Midwest cork, 25 sets for $96. Or it was $116. Anyway, it'll be more cork than I will need right now to even finish this layout. So I bought it. So I don't have that coming in till the 6th of this month coming up. Then, as I explained before, I have 2 leads here. This lead's going to connect to here. This one here, as far as I know, it's going to come down and do something. There'll be another switch in here somewhere. And that's going to connect to here. Where am I? Here. Okay, because I want an industry in here. Because this is going to come off and have a leg, a switch, and a spur coming off here. I want another spur coming off going the other way. So I need a right and a left spur. So I can build something in this area here. You know, like whatever. So track comes down here. Right hand switch. Goes down here. Left hand switch. And then connects to here. Because I'm going to have 1 or 2 industries in here somewhere off those 2 switches. From there on in, I'll probably have something going on in here that won't be directly have anything to do with a industry having to be over the track. Hopefully just beside the track I can have something going in here too. Because I've got my mansion golf course in here, double track. I got my triples coming in here, going into 1. Now I thought about it. I would have liked a second track going in here. Now from here, or from here, I could put a second track in and run double line, which would probably be a smart thing to do. So that's another thing I've been thinking about. Having a double line coming around, and I'm going to elevate the track going through here. That's what that foam's for. I'm going to cut 2-inch wide strips off of this and lay it out to come up. I don't know how high I'll go, maybe 2 inches. And I'll double that so I can get a double track over there. I know my setup's a little primitive. You know, money sort of dictates what you do. I mean, my first original idea was take the main track from there and sort of start going up and running a higher main track going through here. And I didn't, and I'll tell you why. I got greedy. I wanted the track glued down. So instead of waiting like a good boy, I went ahead and laid it down, or else that outer main track would have actually been raised up at least 1.5 to 2 inches. So I'm sort of poopy on that idea. So from here on in, I got to start thinking really hard, because there's no way in the world that I can lift any of this off the modules. I'm going to have to live with it. Now, I'm happy with it so far. I really am. I'm not complaining. I mean, I got a lot of track to run on here. You know, I still got this side of the track to work on here. I still can run a lead off this one and come down and go through that mountain if I want to. You know, there's always something you can add on. And I can put industry or something in here, or something, a coal mine industry, and run the excavator, what do you call that, the belt, into the wall, and pretend the coal's coming out of the wall into the mine right here. And I have room for that second track right in here. So there's lots happening, guys. All I'm doing right now is trying to get track laid down and get it so the train can go down there, make its way around, and come back all in one shot. And then follow the track all the way. You're going to get sick. All the way around, all in here, go through the tunnel, come back out the other way, and go either way, come back out, and say that I've done a total loop around my whole 27-foot track by 8, and by, I guess that's going to be 12 over here. So, okay, so that's the update, guys. I'm not going to film any of the construction going on, because it's lengthy, and I'm not really set up to do that. I did purchase this little building here for $10 at my local hobby shop. I thought it'd make a good yard building. As you can see, I can there's a track going through it, a molded groove. You could literally just want to run a track from the turntable and run it through the building, and I can run a train through that building. I could always get a Y and have it coming off here to store trains while they're working on them. So that wasn't too bad of a purchase. I messed up the roof a little bit because it was all this old battleship gray look. So I slapped on a little burn umber just to make it look like the roof took a little coloring. I thought it came out okay. Now remember, this stuff's not real, guys. It's only modeling, right? Some people have the knack to do beautiful, realistic modeling. Me, I'm just trying to be realistic to myself and get something that's going, that works. You know, just trying to get all this to work. That's all I'm doing. And once all the track is down and all the track is, I'm convinced the track is working, then I'm going to start modeling. Anyway, that's all I got for you today, guys. Just giving an update, let you see I'm still going at it here. I'd like to thank you for my members for joining up and watching my my track being built. I'd like to see many more. Like, subscribe, and help me continue to make it, at least make it feel like I'm giving somebody some ideas out there. So anyway, this is Dan with Daniel's Trains, and I guess the next time I take a video, that roundhouse should be down and glued. The turntable should be in place with its steel wood plates underneath, and the well, the track's gonna have to wait. Like I said, I don't got my foam until the 6th for the track, but it doesn't stop me from laying the buildings up and getting the power hooked up. Oh yes, all this power on these units have been tested out, and they work great. And I'm using these micro switches. Right, monetary switches, and they work. I ran the motor, turns the table. And I'll tell you something about this. You know as well as I do, it comes with this cranky thing that is screwed on here, and this is the add-on, the motor add-on. But I tried cranking that. Now if you have to get a train from here to here, it's going to take you a long time to do it. So if you can motorize it, spend $40 to $60 depending where you can get the motorized unit, and use the motor. Because you're going to sit there cranking like a madman. It's going to take a long time, and it's going to suck the fun out of it. All right? Okay, I think that's it for now. My trains are sitting there waiting to get back on the track. Oh yes, this is DCC. All my other trains are DC. I have a DC controller, which I'm going to switch out when I feel like it, so I can run those trains. And my little setup's right underneath the table here. I know it's hard to see, but I can switch that out for the Kato DC controller, and I can run my DC trains. Because all those trains down there, as far as I'm concerned, are too small to convert and too old to play with a decoder. So everything new I buy now will have a decoder in it. Evolution. Wow. I'm telling you, evolution. Well, thanks for listening to me squabble. I could also pour some water in here. I'll get her done. Yeah, getting closer. Most of my track right now, I got very little track to put down here. I'm going to say about, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, maybe 6 lanes of track left to put down here, and that's done. And 2 turnouts. And I got to decide how many lanes of track I want to put in here for storage. Because I'm getting tired of removing my trains, my rolling stock. I'm trying to find a place to store it. And I leave it on the second line, keeping the main line open while I'm playing around with it when I come down here. Which, as you know, I can only go back and forth right now as it is. Yeah. Takes time, guys. This doesn't happen overnight. Some guys got a lot of money and can buy a lot of stuff and put a lot of time into it. Maybe they're retired. I'm not retired. I still got to get up in the morning and go to work. So, yeah. I'm loving it. I like it. And it's coming together. Take care now. Take care all. Be good. Thanks for checking out my video. Appreciate it.